Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, Funkn, thinking right out here in my lab. You know I do God. Everything I do is God-based, God-centered, so get ready. We're going to get some more information about God. Let's rock. From one extreme to the next. I hear you thinking. That's right. Rightism. 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in to receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's rock. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it daily, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to, know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Okay, so let's get there together and I ask the question. Do you know you? You will when I get through, because that's what I do. Yes, you know how to answer for yourself, tune in. It's rhetorical. So if you know how to answer, tune in. I got you. That's right. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to my yacht, beach. Right thinkers, I'm gonna get out that rabbit hole. I'm going down this other one. Right thinkers, let's talk about how I can prove God is the blesser, aka the prayer answerer. Who blesses you? Who answers your prayers? One and the same. Well, how you know? Okay. Why you don't know? Let's talk about that. I hate when people tell me I gotta prove what they claim. If I make a claim, I can stand on it and prove it. That's my point. So I'm gonna do just that. Let's go. Now, if you're a believer in God, how can you say or think God don't answer prayers or bless you? If you're religious, you in the belief system, that's what the belief system is based on. I, on the other hand, practice a philosophy that I live by. We're different, okay? Understand that. But if you ever had, and this is everybody understanding of God is personal. Why? If you ever had what we call a but God experience in your life, that should be your indicator about a higher power. Somebody looking out for you, whatever. However you want to view it, that's fine. Again, this is your perspective, not mine. I have my own. But when your perspective is in a belief system, you have what? Good reason to be a part of the system, I would assume. And that experience is what keeps you there. And when you had that in your life, that's your own personal individual proof about God's existence. You don't need a preacher to tell you that. You don't need me to tell you that. Once you had that experience, now you can just expound on it and enhance it, but you don't need to be told that. You need to experience that. Once you have that, everything else will be easy to digest and understand. But if you're just a believer in God and you haven't had that but God moment and you're not living right, and you pray and expect it to be answered, I can tell you, no, hell to the no. And that's a lot of people's problem. They claim this and need that and think God gonna just bless them because they pray. I know God. I know how to get God's attention. And good deed, righteous living, and worship of Him is the way to get His attention. Why? He inside you. He ain't up there. He ain't around the corner. He right inside you. So whatever you do, he got a first-hand view. Okay? He sees all. That's the content and intent of your heart. All right, where we at? I can explain, and I try to break God down philosophically, metaphorically, allegorically, any way I could. Why? To get you to have your own experience by what? Practicing, doing the things I'm trying to lay out for you that will make that happen for you. When you have your own experience from the work that you put in, now you and God got a one-on-one. You ain't got to go to the pastor. I go to my pastor because he's a prayer man. I pray, what? Internally. You never hear me pray out loud. I don't do that. Simple as that. Well, how is that? I don't care. I just told you it's mental. God hears your thoughts. He don't give a damn about your words. He know your heart. He don't need to see nothing other than that. Moving on. That's why. And my understanding of God only comes from my experience and my understanding from my perspective. Not a religious concept, not none of that. It's just my experience. Now I'm expounding on it from what I can explain to you. Hopefully you get the concept that I'm trying to lay out for you, where I got it from. I just practice it. Once I manifest it, oh, I know this worked. Why? I tried it. Before I give it to you, trust me, I've already tried it. Again, I ain't going back there, but that's the whole idea of teaching and helping other people. Don't give them something that don't work. I know what I got is good. I ain't got to run around. I got the good right there. No. Just put it out there. That's what I do for you. And my understanding of God means only from my perspective. Now yours, what I know about God don't do nothing for you. Why? Because you have to what? Know, experience, and understand God for yourself. That's my job, to get you to have that by any means necessary. To put you in that position to do just that. Live right, do the right thing, and good things that happen. When I had my conversation with God over 15 years ago, I couldn't tell nobody. It wasn't the thing. When I got on the air about 10 years ago, I told my brother, yo, man, I'm here, I'm excited, I'm telling about the truth. Let me tell about my encounter with God. No, you can't do that. What? You can't tell me you talk to God. You tell everybody in history you talk to God, but I can't tell you my conversation with God? They think you crazy. I won't be the first, but it's the truth. I'm thinking we dealing in the truth. One thing you're going to get here. Truth is it. I don't do nothing else. Could care less about the image. Man, that means nothing to me. The truth is the truth. I'm giving it to you naked. You know how I do. Pure. I ain't gonna cut it. Why? It don't need to be cut. It needs to be understood and practiced. That's what it's for. It don't change for you. It ain't gonna acquiesce to you. Don't tell me how to teach you. You should do this. You should do that. No, you should do it. But everything I tell you, I've already done. So please don't adjust me what I should be doing. You come here to learn, not to teach or critique what some people do, and I appreciate that. But let me know when I'm wrong. Okay? Moving on. All right, sorry about that. If you never had your prayer answered, then you got the right not to believe in God, and that God don't answer prayer. If you never had a blessing in your life, if you never had a situation where you felt you was blessed or you needed something and it happened, you don't see it. What the purpose of being religious? Religious means you believe God. You believe in a higher power. I'm spiritual. I know in a higher power. I experience higher power, so I don't deal in the belief system. That's what I'm trying to explain to you, but I understand what religion and belief system is all about. And don't tell me you are that, and then you didn't play by their own damn rules. That makes no sense. A lot of that going on. Again, maybe if you haven't experienced these things for yourself, and everybody else will tell you how they is, what they used to, you need to check you. Maybe it's what you saying doing that ain't getting you blessed or your prayers answered. And if you don't believe he answered prayers, why you even pray? I don't out loud. I pray for all those that I mentally conceive in my mind. I put in prayer for everybody. Well, I got direct connection to God. If you believe in God, and that's, again, your inalienable right to believe whatever it is. If you don't believe in God, that's your right. I tell you, got two men. One believe in God and one don't. They both right. Why? They got the right to believe what they want. That's why. It ain't what I think they should be. No, I ain't the decision maker for nobody but my damn self. And I got my own belief and understanding about God. Well, I don't believe in God. I know God. Trust me. And if you believe in God, that's fine. And God never answered your prayer or blessed you. Why would you believe in him? See, some stuff that you say, if what you say don't match what you do, you need to stop saying things. Why? Because it ain't matching what you do. I have my own, I've had And still to this day, have my own daily conversation experience with what? Who I know to be God for myself. I don't need nobody to tell me about God. We could share thoughts and blessings and concepts, but I don't need you to tell me nothing about God. You can teach me biblical concepts. Okay, you can teach me you can teach me a lot of stuff, but then you can tell me about God. That's what I'm trying to say. No, I ain't being facetious. No, I'm just letting you know, me and God like this. No, your relationship with God, I don't know what it is, but I know mine. That's what I can speak for. Again, if you got one, then we can converse. Why? I got mine. I talk to God every day. But with wisdom, I won't agree with what? Anybody's belief. If you tell me what you believe, I really don't care. Tell me what you know. If I came over here to tell you a bunch of what I believe, who would give a damn? How would that help? Nobody. So I don't do that. And I don't care about yours. So I don't share mine. I ain't got to listen to yours. But because that's what right thinking philosophy, I'm only going to practice what I teach. Simple as that. And if you want to teach me something that I already know you're not teaching, enlightenment means give me something I didn't already have. And ain't nothing you can bring me with that Bible that you love so dear that I don't already know. Understand that, please. So when it comes to that, leave it be. But you can share your godly stories, your blessings. I ain't got a problem with that. Why? I got a bunch of them. I get one every day. Do you? So again, moving on. Where was I down? Yeah, I lost my. You ever had? Okay, your own experience would tell you about God. Again, I have my own. Okay, did that. I can philosophically tell you about God, and I do that daily. But I'm gonna show you by what? Living it. This is cool, but when I can show you, then you should pick it up a little bit better and see it a little different. Why? If I'm being blessed for doing that, you might want to try that. Why? If I'm getting blessed, I'm telling you, I ain't no preacher. I ain't here to tell you about how good God is. I'm telling you how to get God's attention, okay? And what he will do if you do that. Why? That I know. Again, that I know. If you claim a religion, and I don't, and you don't believe in God, that don't make sense. You believe in a religion, but you don't believe that God answers prayers or deliver blessings. You're not religious. You're atheist. On the law. Why? If that ain't what you believe, why you profess to be a Christian if you don't believe God does do things? That's the whole purpose of being religious. I thought, well, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, I've been there before. But that don't make no sense. Okay. Again, I can't claim, if you claim a religion, it is to get to what? To know God. That's the purpose of linking you to the essence of who you are. Know thyself. I got a different perspective of philosophy, but that religion is supposed to link you to God. That's what they say, definition. By definition. For yourself. For yourself, am I right? In the words of my man, Gina Jennings, you need to get where we at. If you claim a religion and it's to get to know God for yourself, that's the purpose of being religious. Am I right? In my Gina Jennings voice. That's how I delete that word. Okay, yeah, I got that now. And see, remember, when I'm writing this, I'm thinking it as I'm doing, and then after a while, and I come in, whoa, dog, where was you at there? In the parking lot, in the black seat somewhere, with these ideas coming to my mind. I just start writing stuff down. Then when I gotta come here and present, I'm like, what the hell? I'm just keeping it real with you. I'm looking at this saying, whoa, what was that? Where am I down here? Now, okay, again, I can't stand believers. All right. Again, I have knowledge of God. I have understanding of God. I serve God. Why? By doing what I think is right in his eyes. That's what the eye is for. I know he's always watching me. Okay? Be good or bad. No, he's watching. That's all you need to know. So if you know your father looking at you, your mother looking at you, you ain't got to look back over your shoulder. Have it in your mind. Be conscious. That's all. Be God conscious. Christ conscious. Just do what's right. Hold yourself accountable. That's all it is. It's metaphor, psychological and the metaphorical. And it's all mythological stories so that you can put yourself in that predicament and position to handle it like the stars of the myth. Simple as that. Okay? Be your best self. Be the superstar of your own life. That's what I do. But now, if you claim a religion and don't believe, okay, oh no, okay, now again, we got another set down. So if you claim a religion and don't believe in God answering prayers, what's the purpose? No, okay, now, if you claim I did that already, prayers, okay, I'm not religious, but I'm in the prayer. I'm a prayer warrior, excuse me. Yeah, on Wednesdays, I'm on the prayer line, listening to my church family, asking God for something. I take in consideration all of it, and then I put the prayer from my side. My pastor put the prayer in verbally, and he write it back to them. And okay, but he stores it also. Well, we talk to God. We take it to God, literally. I take all mine to God. Who I'm going to take? I ain't going to take it to another man. I don't need to tell you a damn thing. We ain't going to have that conversation, okay? I'm talking to God. That's between me and God. That's all, personally. And if I don't claim to be religious, and I don't, but I'm a prayer warrior, what that tell you? This guy messed up. He don't know shit from Shiola, okay? Yeah. A philosophy that ties into what? Religious concepts. Sometimes we on the same note. Sometimes not. I understand that. I'm respectful understanding that. I ain't got a problem with that at all. But because I have what? A direct connection to God, that makes me spiritual and conscious of that, not religious. I fellowship with Christians. I'm not a Christian. Never claim to be one. And ain't trying to be one. Well, I respect what they do. They got to respect what I do. That's why I fellowship with them, because they respect me and what I do. They ain't trying to convert me. They trying to make me nothing. Okay, I just come and be in Rome. You do as a Roman. In church, Christian, be Christian. I go to mosque, I'm going to be a Muslim. But I go to synagogue, Assalamu alaikum. I mean, yeah, shalom. The Jews say, the brothers say Assalamu alaikum, the Muslim, but the Jews say shalom. I put my yarmulke on and go up in there. Again, everybody got what they believe, and they respectfully should have it. I ain't got a problem with that. Telling everybody to be one thing, that never works. Moving on. We can't even get one name for God. So while all the other stuff is irrelevant, moving on. But it's what you do. Why? That's what God recognized. These actions, not religion, not brands, not titles. You think God give a damn if I call myself a sage or a right thinker? But if I conduct myself in the manner in which he thinks is worthy, I'll be blessed. And being a right thinking and a sage puts me in position to do just that. That's the difference. That's what makes it a lifestyle. Hope you understand that. Sorry about that. When I'm going to get back over. All right. God is spirit. God ain't man. Okay? Man become God-like. Because in spirit, you become conscious of the spirit that's in you. That's called waking up. Okay? Or remembering. I keep getting that thing, new thing. But I have spiritual knowledge. I know God for myself. Through what? Experience. Gnosis. That's how. I'm not sitting here preaching to you about how good God. I ain't got time for that. AKA God knowledge is what you experience for yourself. Now you have the knowledge of what? Your experience. From your experience. If I prayed for something and it got answered, who am I going to get that praise to for my prayer being answered? The person I prayed to. Don't say you believe in him, then when you call on him and he answered, you freak out. Oh, he did it. Oh, he ain't done it for you. That should be between you and him. If the God you serve ain't serving you, you might be serving the wrong God. Probably yourself or some other man. Most of y'all don't think, or you think there's God. But I have my own proof of God. Ain't nothing you can do about that. Just like your belief in God is that strong way, nothing I can tell you to change that. So leave it be again. And with that proof for myself, that's what drives me to do what I do. Enlighten you. So when you have the same understanding and knowledge for yourself. And in the belief is what I know. And if you do these things, you know for yourself too. Again, belief should only last so long. And with daily practice of my right thing philosophy, that belief will turn into what? Knowledge. Of who? Thyself. AKA God. If your religion or belief system ain't getting you to know God, what the hell you following it for? That's the whole goal. Okay? And if you ain't meditating, you ain't talking to God. Well, no, God ain't talking to you. You can talk to God all you want. But if you ain't meditating, you're not communing at that level where he talks to you. Y'all scared to admit God talked to you, but he was 10 years ago. Now everybody talk to God. Yeah, okay, God got real. He got real loose all of a sudden. You can't trust everybody. My pastor say God downloads the service that he get. I understand that concept philosophically. Why? I get it. When you are a creator, your higher self gives you everything you need. That's called the Akashic Records. You have access to anything that you can conceive up here. Moving on. I tell my pastor all the time, this is my favorite. I got a bunch of books. I got books up the wazoo. Gonna buy some new ones soon as I get changed. Why? Information. I'm just getting. I'm the lawnmower man. Y'all know that movie, but yeah. That told me one thing. With knowledge, you will elevate past the norm. Okay. I asked the guy at my gym I participate. He said, I gave him one of my cards. He said, oh, what you do? I said, let me ask you a question. I said, I'm a wise man. I teach a philosophy, but let me ask you a question. Do I conduct myself like a wise man? He said, most definitely. That means I carry myself in a way that they respect me for what I do. They say, oh, I can't believe that. I can see that. I got my book every day. I see what I do. I got the same routine. So they know me. Everybody in the gym know me and they respect how I conduct myself. That's the difference. Okay. As Masons, I don't solicit my right thinking. Never did as a Mason. Why? You show them. You make them want to be. If you want to be a wise man, tune in. I can help you with that. I can tell you my motto. I do what I do for you, but I do it for me first. If I'm doing it for you, I already done it for me. Understand that. Get bad, I lost my track. Where am I? Okay, where we at? Okay, I console. Okay, God, okay, got it. Okay, right down here. I practice, not like Allen Iverson. I practice daily? A philosophy that will get you where you claim to want to be if you follow me with to know yourself. That's all I got for you. Everything takes you to God. Everything is to get you to God. Where we going? God. What we talking about? God. Again, you see where we going with this? Let's get together again. God. I got all these books to get to God. And that's how I got there, by studying and practicing. Yeah. My dude, he got one book. And we at the same place. So my point is, it don't make a difference what you did, how you get. But if you get there, trust me, that's the beautiful part right there. And I know the route I took. I'm pretty sure he knew the route he took. But the fact that we both there, you got nothing but respect. Like George tells us, when you're in a new place, a different place, it's good to see the face of a good friend. When you go to heaven, you're going to see all your people. But only ones you're going to see the ones that did like you did. Got enlightened. Know themselves. Let's go. Okay, now, I'm not religious. Again, meaning I follow a belief system dogma. I don't. That's what makes me not religious. No disrespect, nothing against that. I just don't. I got a philosophy that I practice. And if you know me, I'm not, but I am spiritual. We all are. So I ain't no different than you when it comes to being spiritual. When it comes to following the concept, that's what I'll go this way and you go that way. Why? Crossroads. My crossroads in life has always been, you can take that or you can take that. I've always chose my own way. Be it right or wrong. I remember it's wrong. I've been wrong. I did the wrong road for a long time. Rough it. I'm still going on that road. This is what it's all about. Now the road I travel, I'm smooth. I'm cool. I ain't in no hurry. See the difference? Moving on. All right. That's experience. That's growth. If you no longer do what you used to do, that's growing. Okay, we all went clubbing. We all did the club thing. When we was in our young 20s, okay. You go to club at 40 years old. Is it the same thing? So some things just outgrow. Again, did Jesus tell you, when I was a child, I did childish things. When I grew up, I did manly things. When I was ignorant, I did ignorant things. When I gained wisdom, I started doing wise things. See the picture? Get the concept? Right thinking is the wise thing now. Okay, the other stuff was the wrong thing. And again, I have knowledge that predates the biblical religious philosophy or dogmas of the Bible. I could care less about that book. for that purpose. No disrespect. Again, but I don't need that. I already got my stuff. I know where y'all got yours from. Remember, I'm doing the origins right now. So I have no use for religion. Nope. No disrespect. Again, just making my point. Why you don't do religion? I just told you why. Simple. Come on, man. All right. I respect all religions. Always will. For what? For what their intentions are. I just don't practice them for those who do. And I know those who doing it right, and I love them. Why? Because it works. I know that. I never said, did I tell you my pastor only read one book? I don't know if that's good or bad, but dude, we at the same place. So I can't say it's bad. Why? He used one book. Well, I got a shitload of them. Again, how you get to the top of that mountain, how you find yourself, by any means necessary, it's not to be scrutinized and questioned. It should be respected and admired. Why? That's hard work to get there. That's why it ain't easy. Why you think a whole bunch of us ain't up there? Okay? Ain't many people here. There's a whole lot of us down here. Okay? That's the playing field. It's level. Squared up. Everybody start here. How you go depends on you. Moving on. All right, let's go. Oh, Lord. I'm getting out. I got to stop this. Right, excuse me. I'll take care of that. Now, I'm a sage, obviously, but I know thyself and God. Again, I want to help you. Sages, what? Help others become masters of themselves. That's the title. That's what I do. That's why I wear the title. I didn't make it up. I didn't come up with it. I'm just fit the bill. Okay, I'm a sage. Okay, my master, you imagine. Okay, you walking with God. Okay, you whatever. Ain't nobody asked me yet, so I just let them. Whatever suits you fast, whatever floats your boat. Okay, I prefer being a wise man. Why? Through my experience in the life that I've lived, I've got wisdom over a period of time in life. That's my best lesson. What life? I learned my experience not in college, in the damn classroom, right here in the live. Okay. Real admonition, okay? Life or death, every day. Moving on. I survive. And again, my best friend is what you call, I call him the saint. I'm the sage. A saint has been good. Satan, he's been 15 years old. He got his calling. He's been the preacher boy. He's been the holy man ever since. Anybody that meet him, anybody I've met him, they can see he reeks of holiness. He just reeks of royalty. People just envious to this guy. I love that because the work that he put in, the stuff that he go through, it shows. Why? He ain't a regular dude. He an ordinary dude. Okay, yeah, you can see that about him. Everybody say the same thing. I ain't the only one. He's my best friend. All right, but I knew that over 40 years ago. Okay, moving on. Now he's the saint because he's truly a God servant. He ain't deviate. He been serving God since Hester was a pup. He don't know nothing else. And he told me, he's a brother, right? I don't know nothing else. Him serving, following that book, is like me following that and my philosophical concept I set forth for myself from how I live and what I thought was best for me. I carved out my own little niche. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Why? Look where it got me. He's the guy, friend, man. I'm with him now. I'm a street hustling thug. It used to be. Now him and I break bread on a whole nother level. Moving on. Getting no choked up. Now I can only speak for myself and my daily practice of what my philosophy tells me to do. And I get blessed for doing that. Just like he get blessed for leading his flock and doing what he's supposed to do, I get my blessings from doing the same thing. It's a different way. And I love it. Why? God proves that. He blessed me just like he blessed them. Okay? God, true servants are those who are blessed. Why? Because of what they do for God. Live right, do right, treat people right. Those are all qualities that you control. And when you do those things, he recognizes that. The people you may help out, the people you may do for, they appreciate you. But God is the one that repays you. He rewards you with blessings of what you need. Not a monetary thing. But if that's what you need, guess what? You get that too. He don't pick and choose. Blessings mean to give you something you need. Okay? God does that for what? Those who do for him. That ain't religion. To me, that's just a philosophy and the fact that you can implement it for yourself to find out. I ain't trying to convince you of it. Moving on. All right, let's go. preach. Oh Lord, yeah, I keep saying that. Where am I at? Where am I at? Okay, all those people serve God. Okay, but those who serve God of their understanding, I'm gonna do it with that. Because first of all, you got to have an understanding of God, not just a belief. Understanding leads to what? Knowledge. Experience leads to wisdom. So when you have knowledge and wisdom, understanding God, you what? Okay, understand. I don't know what the hell that is. Woo-hoo. Okay, I tell you right now. But when you have those things going for you, you don't need to be told about God. Why? You can tell others about God. That's the good news. That's the gospel. I'm just doing it in a different way. I ain't here hooting and hollering, ranting and raving about how good the Lord is. I'm trying to give you real life situations that show you you can live this for yourself. That's what I do for you. And I love what fellowshipping with my church family. We share spiritual love and a bond that it ain't physical. What I feel for them, I just love them. I just spiritually, I ingratiate them. Why? Because they do the same for me. And that's what God's people do. If you want to God's people, that's what you do. Real recognize real. And if you're a real true person of God, not a Christian, Muslim, or Jew, but a real spiritual person, we recognize each other. Okay? I see you. When you're doing the right thing, I see. For those who don't, I see you too. That's why I don't mess with you. If I'm messing with you, it's the reason why. Trust me. Wrapping it up again. Oh, Lord. I know for myself, God answers prayers. God is the blesser of those who live righteous, virtuous, and obey his laws. So don't care what religion you follow. Those are the that you got set forth that he respects and recognizes and blesses. Again, in closing, my right things. Love you all. May you all live to be 100. Be 100 minus a day. So I never know that my right thinkers who can prove God for themselves have passed away. Do you know you?